Welcome back to Daytime. We're covering just about every topic on today's show, which is really exciting. With you right now, we have Zeke Checroune, Manager, Road Safety Programs at the Ottawa Safety Council, and Mr. Bill Pope, Instructor in a motorcycle training program. Welcome to Daytime.
Thank you.
We were talking in the green room about motorcycles and how it's, not just about picking one up, a real pretty shiny one, and then you're ready to go, right? Isn't there a lot of learning involved with riding a motorcycle safely?
Yep, there is. What we do, our overriding mission is to create safe and competent motorcycle riders. Mm-hmm. And by that we mean, teaching them not only how to operate the motorcycle, but to understand their limitations and what the capabilities of this machine are. And, it's very easy to get out on the road and get into trouble, and we teach you how to safely and properly manage and operate that motorcycle.
There are also some legalities in there. You have to have the actual licenses. Do they require courses for licenses, or do they recommend it so that maybe the insurance is less? How does that work legally?
So licensing works as a graduated licensing system, similar to your driver's license, where a driver's license you go through a G1, G2 to your G. Mm-hmm. It's similar with the motorcycle. You have your M1, M2, and your M.
Okay.
Now, legally, you can go to a drive test center, do a written test, get your M1, and you can legally ride a motorcycle. Wow. Now, someone who has never ridden a motorcycle before, we advise against that.
That would be a little bit, I think driving a car, if you've never done it, we all practice with mom and dad, but my kids drive. That first time on your own, if no one's told you anything, and that's a vehicle, which I think might be a little bit easier than a motorcycle, is scary. I can't even imagine, going from zero to a bike and a road, with a piece of paper. Yeah. So you don't recommend it?
No, absolutely not.
What are some of the first things someone needs? My first thing would be to learn how to stay up. Because that weighs a ton, and I think I don't. So how do you that balance? Do you guys actually teach that, or does that come naturally?
We do. What we do is we take all the new students that come into the program, and we take you right from, like yourself, you've never been on a motorcycle before. We take you from that point to actually riding the motorcycle in various situations. We create. We have a course outline where we'll put out road simulations. We'll put out cones where we teach you how to ride that motorcycle slow. I could teach you how to use the clutch, and you'd get on that motorcycle and rock it down the road in a straight line, but the moment you got to now turn a curve or you got to pull into a parking lot and do something, that's where you really need a skill set. So we teach you how to do all of that. So our students come in on Saturday morning, for instance, and like yourself, they've never even sat on a motorcycle. So we start by just pushing them and getting them to feel the balance of the motorcycle. And then we take them up through the process of starting it and moving off, and where the controls are and how to manage those controls. And then they do slow riding first, and then they progress more into shifting gears and going a little bit faster and learning how to negotiate the motorcycle. And
there's a long history with the safety, isn't there?
Yes, we've been giving out these motorcycle training courses for 50 years now. We started these courses in 1967. It was Stuart Monroe who developed these courses, who saw there was a need for motorcycle training out there in the community, and we started these courses, and we helped the Canada Safety Council develop the course that they're currently using across the country now, and our Gearing Up course, which helps students go from their M1 license to their M2 license, is one of our most popular courses that we have.
We can see at home, people at home can see some of the exercises that you put some of your students through. But you were also saying that it's not just for the beginner. So someone who may have been riding for a year or two and wants to get better at something, there are different classes available, are there not?
Yes.
Yeah. Right. So after about 22 months of having your M2 license, you become eligible to get your full M license.
Okay.
And we have a course for that as well, which is called our M2 Exit course.
Okay.
And in that course, students bring their own motorcycles out, and we go on the roads, even up to highway speeds, and we help them out and get them tested for their full M license. So we have experienced riders out there in those courses, and we even have an experienced rider course, which is done in a parking lot. Students bring their own motorcycles again, and even riders who have been out there for many years learn new skills and how to control their bike at slow speeds, especially big, heavier bikes.
You guys say that a lot, slow speeds. Does that mean it's more difficult when you're slow? It is it?
Yes, it's a lot more difficult. There's a lot of control input on that motorcycle. You can't just turn the corner. It's how you manage the bike, how you keep your balance. and how you work the controls.
Well, you brought some things with you that are meant to keep motorcyclists safer. So let's talk about what's here.
Yeah, because when you're on a motorcycle, you don't have a seatbelt, obviously, and it's if something happens, your gear is basically your seatbelt.
Got it.
So
we've got. Go
yeah,
ahead.
well, we start from the head down. I mean, obviously, you want to protect the brain. You want to protect your head in a fall or a mishap. And so we brought a couple of different styles of helmets. These are what we call the three-quarter helmet, because a lot of people like to ride with open face. I, for instance, I'm a little bit claustrophobic, so when I get inside a full-face helmet,
which
like
is
you're leaning
this
there,
is here.
it wraps around your head. Now, in terms of safety, I mean, those are probably the safest type of helmet to wear with full protection. Again, followed by the three-quarter, and then I know some of the big cruiser riders, just wear the little small helmets.
Yes. We've got clothing, so the boots and the jacket.
And the next one down, of course, is the jacket that you wear, and I brought one of our instructor jackets. And these jackets typically are made of a material that it may or may not be waterproof, but it's made of a material such as a cordura.
There's something in the elbow.
Yeah, there's padding. So there's padding behind the neck. There's padding in the back.
All the way along the back.
And
Interesting.
there's elbow pads on the jacket as well. And different types of padding can be had on the jacket. Some of it's interchangeable.
Interesting.
The jackets on a warm day like today have got ventilation in, so you stay.
Yeah, because you need to wear that even when it's warm out.
Yes.
Because you need that protection.
Yeah, you do, absolutely.
This, I'm assuming, is so that people can see you.
Well, no, this is actually an extra piece that I wear personally.
Oh, yeah,
and
there's another big metal piece
This
at
is
the
actually
back.
an airbag vest, and it has a little cylinder in here that, upon impact, I'm attached to the motorcycle. So if I come off, it explodes, if you will, or it expands and protects all of the core of my body.
Wow.
And it's been used extensively in Europe, and we're starting to see it now become very commonplace in Canada. With riders, I know a lot of riders now who are getting into this type of equipment to protect themselves.
Well, we're almost out of time. I want to tell everybody that they should go to ottawasafetycouncil.ca to get some information. You guys have a GoPro giveaway, so I think that when they sign up for a certain class in August.
Yeah, if they sign up for our Gearing Up class, our M1 Exit course in August or September, they'll be automatically entered into a draw to win a GoPro.
To win a GoPro. I need to sign up just so I can try and win this camera.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much. There's lots to learn. Be sure to check it out at ottawasafetycouncil.ca. Thank you very much, gentlemen. All right, we're going to take another break. And when we come back, we're talking about keeping our kids busy in the summer. We moms and dads, we need this. Stay with us. More Daytime right after this break.